there, and welcome. I'm Cody Alan from CMT here in Nashville, coming to you from my home tonight. It's an honor to be here on behalf of the Human Rights Campaign. You are watching At Home with HRC Nashville. You know, the LGBTQ community has a long history of coming together in the face of adversity, and HRC has been at the forefront of organizing the movement for equality. In a typical year, HRC produces 30 signature gala events across the country. That's thousands of members of the LGBTQ community and allies gathering together in their home city to support HRC's important work. We all know the coronavirus had a different plan for 2020, to say the least, and the annual HRC dinner was canceled right here in Nashville. So I'm so excited that we're able to join together in our own homes to continue this important work. We're here tonight to learn more about how the LGBTQ people and other marginalized communities are impacted, especially hard during the pandemic, and what HRC is actually doing right now to help. So it's my pleasure to first start by welcoming two incredible leaders. Here are the co-chairs of At Home with HRC in Nashville, BRITTNEY Smith and Philip Heil.
Our state has faced some very difficult times these last few weeks. They have been some of the hardest in most of our lifetime. We have been overcome by this pandemic and of course the devastation caused by the tornado last month here in Nashville. The LGBTQ community has been uniquely impacted by these recent tragedies. But here, we are fighters at HRC who will not back down. With all the change and uncertainty lately, we thought it was very important for us to all get together, albeit remotely, to hear about some of HRC's important work nationally and here in Tennessee. We have so much important business to fill you in on.
Now, this is our first time doing anything like this, so I hope you will stick with us through this whole event. We plan to keep it to about 45 minutes, and we have a few things that we would like to accomplish during that time. First, we are so excited to introduce our new HRC president, ALPHONSO David. You will also get an update from HRC staff on legislative work happening right here in Tennessee. And lastly, we are going to ask you to make a donation to support this work, get involved, or both. Some of you may give a little, some of you may give a lot, but we recognize that everyone is in a different place right now, and we hope to make a strong case for you to want to do more with HRC during such a critical time.
We want to take a moment to say thank you to some very important people. First, we are eternally grateful to all of you for joining us tonight. Thank you for making time for us. Some of you may have never attended an HRC event in person, and if that's you, we are so thrilled to welcome you here tonight. Some of you may attend a lot of our events, and we are thrilled you made time to join us tonight. We also want to thank those who planned on attending the HRC Nashville dinner last month. Since canceling the event, we have been overwhelmed with the generosity of so many of you who insisted on maintaining your financial support of the event. That includes ticket holders and sponsors who waived their refunds so we could apply their donations to our work. We are inspired by your commitment to our organization. Thank you, thank you. To our major donors and members of HRC's Federal Club, we are so grateful for your support. Thank you for the extraordinary work you do day in and day out to advance the movement for true equality of the LGBTQ community through your financial support of the Human Rights Campaign. We hope you enjoy the program.
The work of HRC would not be possible without the commitment of companies who support our mission through financial resources, public advocacy of LGBTQ equality, and by providing the most inclusive and equitable workplaces possible. We want to take the time to recognize our HRC Nashville event corporate sponsors. These companies all generously maintained their financial support of tonight's event.
And HRC's National Corporate Partners and Event Sponsors. The HRC National Corporate Partners is a group of companies that make significant investments in HRC's work nationally. You can see their logos on the screen and on our events homepage. We hope that you continue to support these local companies and national partners that support us. They are leaders in support of the LGBT community through these challenging and uncertain times. Thank you for all of your support.
All right, I'm happy now to introduce the next speaker, HRC's president, ALPHONSO David. ALPHONSO is an accomplished and nationally recognized civil rights advocate and attorney who has spent his entire life fighting for the rights of the LGBTQ community and other marginalized citizens.
Good evening, Nashville. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Needless to say, this is not how I envisioned my first Nashville gala. Tonight, I'm joining you from my living room, and I'm sorry that we cannot be together in the same room to celebrate our progress and re-energize for the battles ahead. Today, we are all grappling with the reality of COVID-19 and what it means for our daily lives. Each and every one of us has been personally affected by this global crisis, and my heart goes out to all those who have lost loved ones to this virus. We are all trying to embrace a new yet undefined future. Some of us are anxious, some of us are scared, and it is okay. It's okay to lean upon each other, your HRC family, for support and community during these extraordinary days. It is the exact community that has brought us together tonight. At the outset, I would like to thank those in our Nashville HRC family, including your gala co-chairs, the members of our Board of Governors, our steering committee members, and all of our volunteers. I also want to extend a special thank you to the members of our staff who have helped organize this event and continue to seamlessly make the transition into this virtual landscape. At the Human Rights Campaign, we believe in our community. We believe in the power of our pride. We believe in the strength of our diversity. We draw inspiration from our history and the giants who came before us. This is an organization that has been paving the path for decades. In fact, has been paving the path towards full equality for 40 years. As we confront this pandemic, that work does not stop. Instead, our work is changing and expanding as we meet the needs of our community. First, we are working to ensure that all lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer people, along with our allies, are cared for during this crisis and not treated differently because of who we are. Our research shows that this virus is having a disproportionate negative impact on LGBTQ people. Biases and prejudices that we already face in our daily lives are being compounded for the unemployed, for those living with HIV, for seniors, for hourly wage workers, for healthcare workers, and for those living with chronic conditions. That is why it is imperative that we rise to the occasion. The Human Rights Campaign is a leader in this community, and the members of our community are looking to us for guidance. We must help define this moment, not only by advocating for policies that will protect the most vulnerable among us, but by actively looking out for one another. And at the same time, we must remain focused on our long-term goals. While there is much uncertainty about what lies ahead in the coming weeks and months, one thing the COVID-19 crisis has made crystal clear are the stakes of this election. Our work to defeat Donald Trump and Mike Pence is already underway, and despite the new challenges, our work will not stop. As we move forward with our plans for election 2020, we continue to implement plans to mobilize equality voters and our members and supporters in priority states in order to win. For example, we created and are launching a new advocacy app called Team, which allows users to directly engage with their own personal contacts via text, email, and social media about pro-equality issues and candidates they care about. We have also launched Tuesday's phone and text banks, where HRC staff and volunteers are calling and texting remotely into battleground states to help our organizing staff mobilize HRC members and equality voters to get engaged in this year's election. We're also offering virtual trainings to equip volunteers to join our swing state squad to be organizers themselves. At the same time, we remain focused on defeating anti-LGBTQ legislation in the states, including in Tennessee. You will hear more about those efforts tonight from my colleague. In times like this, unless there is a check on government, these anti-equality forces can run roughshod over the interests and the lives of disadvantaged communities. All we have to do is look at our history to know that is to be true. That is why it is upon us to be that check. We cannot stop fighting until we are all protected. Now I know it is easy to feel helpless in this moment, but we are not helpless. In fact, we can and should all get involved in our destiny. Although tonight is our official Nashville event, we are being joined virtually by HRC supporters from across Tennessee, many of whom are participating in this event for the very first time. We welcome you, and we urge you to continue to stay involved. We can use technology to transform how we advocate in creative and strategic new ways. For 40 years, the Human Rights Campaign has served as a beacon of hope to LGBTQ people everywhere. And we have faced tough times before, from the AIDS crisis to the federal marriage amendment to the 2016 election. This is one of those tests, and we are in the driver's seat for our community. It is upon us to bring about change, both in November and beyond. For 40 years, it is our resilience which has made us stronger and more united than ever before. It is that same resilience which will carry us through this moment and even closer to the dream of full equality. Working together, we will weather this crisis as we have weathered crises before, by supporting each other and by ensuring that when we say community, we mean community, all of us. In the words of Audre Lorde, quote, "Without community, there is no liberation." Thank you for your continued support. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for giving to this community and giving hope. Please stay well, and I hope that I will see each and every one of you in person at some point soon. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Henry Robin, and I've been a member of the HRC family for over 20 years, having served as co-chair of HRC's National Board of Directors. But tonight, I'm speaking to you as a fellow Tennessean. I was born and raised in Nashville, and while I live in New York City now, Tennessee will always be my home. I grew up eating fried chicken at the Loveless Motel before hot chicken came along, and I always bring goo-goos back to friends and family after a visit. My siblings still live in Nashville, and I try to attend HRC Nashville events whenever I can. I always tell people I was from Nashville before Nashville was cool, which it certainly is today. I know you are watching this because you care about our state and our community, and also because we know we are stronger when we pull together to press for change. This is a challenging time for all of us, personally, locally, and nationally. But our work keeps going because difficult moments like this highlight the injustice given to the most marginalized of us. And we need to do everything we can to keep HRC strong in fighting the continued attacks on LGBTQ Tennesseans and Americans. The impact of COVID-19 has reached us all in one way or another. As a member of the HRC National Finance Committee, I'm asking you, if you were able, make a gift through the One Cause link that was texted to you. We know for some of you, just finding 45 minutes to be with us tonight is a sacrifice. For that, I say thank you. We also know some of you can make a one-time contribution. And for some of you, tonight, you might be so motivated to make change that you're ready to join the HRC Federal Club, which starts at $100 a month. These contributions directly fund our political advocacy and civil rights work. This is the election cycle to give it everything we have. There may be a few of you who can afford an even larger investment. Our federal club council starts at $5,000 a year and funds our groundbreaking foundation work and is fully tax deductible. So I'm asking for your help right now to help sustain HRC's work, because we cannot let up when the stakes are this high. Again, you can contribute by using your One Cause link sent to your text. To those of you on this call who are already contributing to HRC's work, thank you. And to those of you who joined us for the first time tonight, we thank you and we welcome you. We hope you will continue to engage with our work however you can. You all are the reason we are able to continue on during these challenging times. There's never been a more critical time to join the fight or increase your involvement, and there's never been a better night to do it. Whether it's by helping with online activism, giving a one-time gift, or a sustaining gift, we're grateful for your support. Thank you for joining us tonight. I look forward to seeing y'all soon.
We're all in this together. In the face of uncertain times, we know there is one constant. Nothing is more powerful than hope turned into action. Across the country, HRC volunteers and staff are all in. We're building community over coffee.
Welcome to our first virtual queer cafe.
We're connecting people with their elected officials.
Hi, Daniel.
Hey!
We're registering young people to vote, contacting our neighbors to make sure they have a plan to make their voices heard. We're fighting for equality everywhere, from the State House to the White House. We're doing all of this without leaving home.
What is that?
It's my new standing desk.
Together, we are building on the work HRC started 40 years ago. We are bigger and stronger than ever. And we're all in for 2020.
Ooh.
Welcome to my office.
Join us. We're all in. Are you?
There are so many reasons to become a monthly member of the Human Rights Campaign, whether it's the groundbreaking work Alphonso talked about or the personal stories like Henry's. HRC is improving the lives of so many people. I hope you can donate to continue to support HRC's critical work. I know I feel personally connected to HRC. After all, it wasn't that long ago that I came out a few years ago with a post on Instagram. As I shared my story, I didn't quite know how it was going to be received by so many people. It's particularly because I work in the country music world. But I was overwhelmed that day with positive support and love from family and friends, fans, and even many artists. Moments like that only happen because of organizations like the Human Rights Campaign. That's why their groundbreaking work is so important for guys and gals like me to step up and step out. So I know we all have our stories and circumstances that lead us to join HRC. They're doing great work right here in the state of Tennessee. In fact, nobody knows that better than Hope Jackson. Hope is HRC's Deputy Campaign Director for Policy and Public Affairs, leading HRC's legislative efforts in Tennessee to fight against the slate of anti-LGBTQ bills and initiatives. The crazy part is, even in the midst of the coronavirus, lawmakers are doubling down their efforts. Here is Hope Jackson to tell you more.
Hi, I'm Hope Jackson, HRC Deputy Campaign Director. While we're physically distant, it's important that we stay connected socially and that we unite in our organizing effort. As a result of COVID-19, the Tennessee legislature is in recess until June 1st. Despite this recess, we must remain on guard against what could be a tremendous fight once the legislature returns. Already this year, Tennessee passed a license to discriminate in the provision of child welfare services and faced an onslaught of more anti-LGBTQ bills that follow the growing trends we've seen across the country. Anti-equality lawmakers have engaged in dangerous and concerted efforts to discriminate against the most marginalized within the LGBTQ community, transgender youth. Lawmakers are pushing legislation that would ban transgender youth from participating in sports consistent with their gender identity. Further, they're targeting the health and well-being of trans and non-binary youth by prohibiting medical professionals from providing the best practice and affirming care to youth. Some states going as far as to make it a criminal offense with penalties up to life in prison for providing what is often life-saving care. We've already seen how quickly these dangerous bills can move through the legislature. On the eve of Trans Day of Visibility, Idaho earned the distinct dishonor of passing 2 anti-trans bills, including a ban against trans girls from participating in sports consistent with their gender identity. With nearly a dozen anti-LGBTQ bills, the Tennessee slate of hate is still very much alive. Bills that would ban medical care for trans youth, anti-trans sports bans, attacks on marriage equality, and a measure that would create a business license to discriminate. HRC is proud to stand alongside Tennessee Equality Project and our champions for equality in the legislature. As we await the legislature's return, we'll need you to take action by calling on your lawmakers to reject the slate of hate. While there is much uncertainty about what lies ahead in the coming weeks and months, one thing this crisis has made even more clear is the stakes of this election this November could not be higher. HRC's work to defeat Donald Trump is already underway, and we need your help now more than ever. In times of crisis, we do what we've always done. We unite and we organize. And if you need examples of this, just last month while in Nashville, I saw the impact of a catastrophic tornado. Like you, I was devastated by the destruction and loss my family and friends faced. But it gave me great hope to see that immediately Nashville and communities across the state came together to support each other and rebuild, sending a message that in times of crisis, we stand together, #Tennessee Strong. The remarkable strength, resilience, and hope of this state are what we'll need to move forward as we look ahead to the most important election of our lifetime. Here are 5 actions that you can take right now to ensure Trump is replaced by a pro-equality president. 1, join our virtual HRC team, a new advocacy tool that allows you to directly engage your own personal contacts via text, email, and social media about the pro-equality issues they care about. 2, visit HRC Voting Center to check your voter registration, find information on vote by mail, commit to get free friends to vote, and join HRC's Mobile Action Network. 3, sign up to join our Swing State Squad and take action in key states that will be pivotal to the outcome of the election. 4, sign up for virtual volunteer shifts on our Community Hub, our volunteer engagement platform. And 5, support our organizing work by joining or renewing your membership. Your membership helps support and sustain the infrastructure HRC has built to deliver change on Election Day. Let's stay connected and united in our organizing, sending you all virtual hugs and love. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Gia and I'm proud to be an HRC Youth Ambassador. As a transgender teen, it means a lot to me to have a platform to share my story and hopefully to change the hearts and minds so that all trans youth are safe and supported.
Hi, we are Gia's proud parents, and we are part of HRC's Parents for Transgender Equality Council.
We are lending our voices to make sure our families are being seen and heard.
We are frightened by the attempts to pass anti-trans legislation that would directly hurt families like ours and kids like Gia.
Whether it's banning trans kids from playing sports
or throwing up barriers to gender-affirming healthcare.
These bills are nothing more than mean-spirited attacks on our families.
We know that HRC members and supporters in Tennessee and beyond have our backs.
You are standing up for transgender people by staying informed and getting involved.
So please call your representatives and make sure to vote for pro-equality candidates. We appreciate HRC's advocacy, and we know that our work is not done.
So let's stay focused and continue to show support for kids like Gia and thousands of other transgender youth.
We are Gia's brothers.
And we have her back.
Thank you! Thank you, Tennessee! Go Titans!
While there are definitely lawmakers in Tennessee that want to deny the equal rights of the LGBTQ people, it's people like you and me and so many others who are joining HRC to make our voices heard. There is one person who has left a long-standing legacy of equality, Blake Brockway. Those of you who knew Blake are aware that he was a force to be reckoned with. Blake grew up right here in the South and found his way to Nashville. He started volunteering for the local HRC Nashville steering committee and quickly discovered his own passion for many of HRC's programs. You would often find Blake directing a cadre of volunteers at the HRC booth at Nashville Pride. His warm spirit welcomed people to learn more about how they could become involved. They would walk away not only with a HRC bumper sticker or t-shirt, but they would also walk away informed and empowered. Blake was also a co-chair of the Nashville Equality Dinner for 3 years. The event grew significantly with Blake in the lead. Blake always eagerly shared his HRC experience by posting pics and videos of himself and other leaders on social media, making a lifelong impression on people here in Tennessee and all across the country. Let's take a moment to remember Blake.
A few weeks ago, we lost a really, really good man that was a huge fan of music and such a spirit. And I want to dedicate this song to Blake Brockway. Thank you so much for loving and caring so much for the music. And the song is dedicated to you since it was one of your favorites.
So your conscience finally hit you, and you're feeling guilty, and you're wishing I was there. So you wanna say you're sorry, well please forgive me if I'm too gone to care. You can take back your goodbyes, wipe off those sad eyes, 'cause I've got some tears of my own. The weatherman says it's gonna rain tonight, the kind of storm where the basement floods and you lose the lights. You should have thought of that before, 'cause I'm not your blue sky anymore.
Hey guys, I'm Herndon. This is for my buddy Blake. We miss you and we love you, buddy. Sometimes the mountains tower high above you. Sometimes the current's just too fast to swim. Oh, and life can carry you all kind of places. Journey on. Sometimes in the moment of your weakness, when you're on the edge of giving in, you hold your heart before it falls to pieces and journey on. Yeah. Journey on, hold your head above the water. Journey on, you can weather out this storm. Journey on, there's a better day coming, and it's a better day than we have ever known. Journey on, someone's waiting by the river, waiting there to take you by the hand. So make the most of all that you've been given. Journey on. Anybody's ship can take on water. You gotta make the choice to sink or swim. Just grab a piece of rubble from the wreckage and journey on. Too many times your heart will leave you stranded, and you'll bear the scars of where you've been. Don't be afraid to ask for new direction and journey on. And journey on, hold your head above the water. Journey on, you can weather out this storm. Journey on, there's a better day coming. And it's a better day than you have ever known. Journey on, someone's waiting by the river, waiting there to take you by the hand. So make the most of all that you've been given. Journey on.
I wanna steal every breath of fire from every star in the southern sky. I wanna lay down in the dark, take a match right to your heart. I wanna hide with you in the rain, in the eye of a hurricane. I'm gonna call it for what it is and give you everything I got to give. Till there's nothing there, till there's nothing there. Me and you in the backseat, driving me crazy, killing me, baby. Till there's nothing there, till there's nothing there. With the windows up, spending all my love, praying God don't save me. Till there's nothing there. Keep me locked up in your eyes before the sun pushes out the night, before we're whispers in the air. Come on and take me without a care. I wanna know what it feels like to disappear into you and never have to say goodbye. I'm gonna call love what it is and give you everything I got to give. Till there's nothing there, till there's nothing left. Me and you in the backseat, driving me crazy, killing me, baby. Till there's nothing left, till there's nothing left. With the windows up, spending all my love, praying God don't save me. Don't wanna go yet, Romeo and Juliet. Sunrise feeling like a final sunset. Ooh, baby, driving me crazy. Windows up, praying God don't save me. Don't wanna go yet, Romeo and Juliet. Sunrise feeling like a final sunset. Ooh, baby, driving me crazy. Windows up, praying God don't save me. Till there's nothing left, till there's nothing left. Me and you in the backseat, driving me crazy, killing me, baby. Till there's nothing left, till there's nothing left. With the windows up, spending all my love, praying God don't save me. Till there's nothing left.
Thank you again for joining us here for At Home with HRC Nashville. We hope you've been inspired to continue your own journey in equality with the Human Rights Campaign. You still have time to participate in the online option, which will close at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. You can still support HRC with monthly or one-time gifts Or you can sign up to volunteer for HRC. You can take any or all of these actions by visiting hrc.im/HRC Nashville. All right, thank you for letting me be a part of your night. Everybody stay home, stay safe. I'm Cody Alan. Have a good night.